Hello, would you like to come on a journey with me? Join me today for Beyond Reality, and we are going to go on a bit of journey. Oh, by the way, this is the crystal that wanted to come and venture with us today. It is a nebula stone, and as you can see, it has this beautiful kind of like galaxy nebula type energy to it. But before we get started and looking into this week ahead, which has some really interesting energy, by the way, let's just pop up a few things. So we have my website. So for anyone looking for private readings, and I've read for a lot of you in our community, you guys know that I love to tap into auras and really look at the quantum energy field that's around you, because it really is only 3% of us that are existing, or 3% of our human form that is existing in the physical. So there is so much energy on a quantum auric level to be read, to be translated, and that is what I love to do. So I also talk to spirit and use tarot cards as well and oracle cards to bring the message through from that unseen world. So I would love to work with you guys one-on-one in sessions. Also, I would love for you guys to jump on over to Beyond Mystic YouTube channel and show the love over there. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we're enjoying all of the new people that are coming up as well. We had the beautiful Kristen on last week, which was so much fun to watch her entertainment or Beyond Entertainment report. I really enjoyed that. And of course, we have the beautiful Divine Oracles and all of the other amazing guests that have been on. So let's jump on in. And the reason that the energy of the nebula stone came up today is I've been feeling this energy coming through just the last couple of days when I've been contemplating the energy of what we will need for this week. Now, with this stone, it has been known in meditation to kind of take you on this journey through the vortex. So sometimes you can be holding it and you feel like you're traveling down a wormhole. So you can use it for meditation and to go outside of our galaxy, to travel and traverse through many different star systems and multiverses. So this one has been wanting to come up. There has been more ET UFO activity as well just over this last week. Oh, and I wanted to share with you guys a dream that I had. So I had this bizarre dream of where I was in this bus-like train type thing, but I felt like I was flying. And it was funny because it was filled with pirates, but they were space pirates. And they weren't pirates in the sense of, looting and things like that. They were pirates in kind of like sovereignty and freedom and things like that. The funny thing in the dream-like experience that felt exceptionally real was they were fueling up at Costco of all places, and they were stocking up on lemonade, rum, and I forget what the other drink. There was a third drink. But anyway, I remember one particular part of this dream coming into a station, and people are kind of like looking around because we flew in. Yeah, it was cloaked as a train. So it felt more like kind of a UFO or a craft, but it was cloaked as a train. And there was this sense and feeling of like when I woke up as to kind of like a split reality. So whether it was tapping into another multiverse, but these are the sort of things that are open to us at the moment. This is also why Nebula Stone is coming up big for this week. So you can buy it in smaller pieces. This is just one that called to me many years ago. I'm very lucky to have it. Let's get into what else is coming up. We're also shifting into we've got an eclipse coming up on the 20th. So that will be on this week as well. So huge energies. We're closing off karmic portals. So you might also find that you're closing off to the old version of self and really stepping into the new version of self. We also have beginnings and endings. So it is the same sort of theme running through, but it will be an Aries new moon as well. So have a look at like what you're wanting to set up and start that you'll continue through for the next 6 months, because our eclipses kind of traverse for the next 6 months. We also have Mercury retrograde starting, which will start on Friday the 21st and end on May the 14th. It is going to have the earth energy of Taurus, but it will be different to the other retrogrades. So I did pick a card to do with this as well. Taurus for me is more to do with like money, finance, the finer things in life, security, stability. So with Mercury being retrograde or sort of standing still, it might feel a little bit frustrating in those side of things. So like, food, stability, security, finance, all these sorts of things. So it might be a good time to really kind of like prepare, think ahead, stay calm while the chaos is happening. This Mercury retrograde is actually coming in to kind of shake things up a little too. So the card that I picked to do with this is out of the Work Your Light deck. And this is by Rebecca Campbell and Danielle Noel. And it is the Dance with Life card. So this is actually really encouraging us to go with the flow. So sometimes when retrogrades and things come in to shake things up a little, sometimes it's actually purging things that we no longer need. So yeah, I'd love to see in the comments and chat below if you guys are purging anything at the moment or feel that you're moving towards something. I would love to hear that. I love the interactions that we have on here, and I really appreciate you all. So let's also have a look into what we have coming up with the other cards. And we'll see, I've been waiting, I've been holding off from looking until I could do it with all of you. So let's have a look at what Spirit is saying about this coming week. Oh, and I did have, in a client session that I had this beautiful saying come up. Let me just grab it. Okay, I'll be right back. So in a reading that I actually did this afternoon for one of my gorgeous clients, we had this beautiful aura. Oh, also people are having more sparkles and things come up in their aura because we are shifting light density. We are starting to kind of transcend out of this 3D heaviness into something that is a bit of a lighter vibration. So you might find changes with food and things, especially over this Mercury retrograde. But this saying came up and it just really resonated with me. And I actually heard it before doing my session with my client. What if I get to live the life of my dreams? And I was cooking breakfast and Spirit kept saying this over and over. Then I got to the session with my client and, again, Spirit was like, what would my life look like if I got to live my dream life? What Spirit was showing me was that it actually changes your synaptic pathways. So you might be having, an old thought that's just coming and subconsciously so this cuts that synaptic kind of firing together and actually causes like a new growth to come up. So you're actually causing new neurons to come up when we're practicing kind of cutting the old pattern, the old story. So this is really relevant for this week going forth. So you guys know that when I pick the cards, I love to read them face down. So I always feel into them. So just tune into your own energy at the moment as well. And I'm just tuning into the collective with all of you. And the first thing that I was seeing when I was tuning in was little blue forget-me-nots, which are these cute little blue flowers. I'll just tune in and see what else they're showing me, if there's anything else. I actually had they're giving me the word fragrant heavens and fragrant worlds. I feel like that Spirit is really working with us to do with extrasensory perception at the moment and trying to give us different ways to attune and to link into Spirit. So definitely open up with your psychic senses, always do protection first. I'll flip these cards over. Oh, the meaning of forget-me-nots. Now this is, I just realized this is so funny. You guys get to see how I work with the downloads. So on a flower essence level with forget-me-nots, they're actually to do with synaptic connections. So a little bit of a cosmic joke that the way the brain works and everything and what's happening. But with Mercury retrograde too, it does sometimes affect your speech in that you won't know what it is that you want to pull down, what it is that it's like, I had it just there a minute ago. So forget-me-not flower essence works with memory. It works with all the little beautiful wirings and firings within the brain. But let's flip these cards over. So we have Queen of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and then the High Priestess. It looks like that we're about to kind of go into battle with something, possibly on a mental level. Now, this could also be the Mercury energy that we're about to traverse through. So Queen of Swords, she actually is very clear at communication. And that's what's super important this week with Mercury retrograde starting to, you want to make sure things are written down, they're clean, they're defined. You reread over things, you don't sign contracts, agreements, or you don't have massive change, cut your hair off, things like this during Mercury retrograde, because sometimes you'll likely regret it. The other thing, you don't buy electrical appliances, things like this, because Mercury retrograde can see things go a little haywire, or if you do, perhaps buying extended warranty. So essentially, this card, the Queen of Swords, she really kind of like speaks her mind. Her heart is still kind of vulnerable though, but she's like, enough with the games. I'm literally just into clear communication. She is about liberation and freedom. With the Ten of Swords, traditionally you will see the swords like in the man's back. In this one, we see that they're pointing to the heart, but they're not quite piercing. We see the golden energy that is kind of coming up out of the heart too. I really feel that this is to use your heart, to use your sense, because our mind is not fully, perhaps in its best operating, zodiac sector at the moment with the retrogrades and things. With the Six of Wands, we can see this beautiful alignment. And a six for me is when things are sort of getting out of that unstuck phase and starting to land. Now, this is Jupiter and Leo. So there might be things that you feel to kind of like, quietly work on while we're going through this week. With this energy as well, it is more of kind of like a lineup, but then we sort of see towards the end of the week, high priestess energy. So for those of you that follow my readings and have had sessions with me too, for me that this is kind of like a quantum jump card. It usually represents sort of coming out of confusion, getting clarity. The high priestess also representing bringing down that frequency and really like putting out there to the universe what it is that she wants. We can actually see her on that quantum level, defying, or not defying, but kind of like overriding the matrix. So she's kind of like rising above and pulling on things outside of the matrix. So it is about speaking, because Queen of Wands, or say Queen of Swords, is about speaking, communicating what it is that you want to bring into alignment for this week. So work on manifesting something. I'm just going to get some clarifying cards and we'll flip these over really quickly because I am coming short on time. We've got the Hermit, we've got the Universe or the World card, and we have Abundance. This is the time to use your wisdom to close off old stories about yourself and to really step towards new connections, new abundance, things that you want in life that you desire that you've perhaps been a little bit scared and you're sitting back on. Because sometimes my Hermit can be that over-analyzing Virgo energy. It's time to end that. It's time to see yourself in that best version. So where we said right at the start around, what if I get to live the life of my dreams? We're seeing that shift within the cards and why Spirit is kind of doubling down on that. So let's have a look into some other clarifying cards from another deck. And I'm just looking into what deck they would like. Okay. Going into my black and white deck with the rainbow. I forget the name of it. Let's have a look. And then they want me to pick, there's a card deck I'll grab here. I think this is the possibly. Oh, that's interesting. I went to grab one deck and on top was a deck from another card. And the card that we've got is from this deck. I forget the name of this one, but it is the card of change. So that's possibly like what a lot of us are going to be going through this week, especially with the eclipse and the beginnings and the endings and the karmic portals, especially with karmic portal energy. But it says, when the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you can come to a sacred crossroad in your own evolution. So this is where we were saying from the other light deck as well about dancing with things. This is really to kind of hold on more loosely to life rather than like strangling to hold on for dear life. It's really to kind of embrace this change. So we'll pick one of the other clarifying decks, and then we'll pick one of the Gabrielle Bernstein cards as well. Oh, and I just want to say thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes too, and your beautiful comments. They're really appreciated. So what we have for clarifying energy for this week is interesting. It is Mother of Cups. So the Mother of Cups, or Queen of Cups, as she is in the other deck too, is quite patient. She's actually kind of attuned to other realms and sort of sees that what she carries within her mind and heart is reflected around her. So it's to look at like, what are you putting out to the world? What is the light that you're shining? What is that sort of match? Now, with this energy of Seven of Wands too, it is a card that sort of represents strength and valor and kind of like a warrior that will get through things. So for those of you that might be this week in a little bit more of the chaotic energy, what can you do to bring in that strength, that kind of warrior essence, whether it's meditation, hypnosis, tapping, and we have Son of Pentacles. This will help to create a shift, to open up a new experience, a new manifestation for you. And let's have a look into the Gabrielle Bernstein deck. Pretty sure it's this deck. Okay, we've got two cards stuck together, and these are beautiful cards. So to end on, we have the presence of love will always cast out fear. And this looks like a beautiful pink moon, which we just had with the full moon in Libra. So interesting. And the universe has my back. But look, both pink moons. So the universe has my back, and the presence of love will always cast out fear. So we're taking into note like what we've said today too. On a collective sort of worldly level as well, we might also see a little bit of change in things starting to come up, a little bit of the idea of what we thought was solid and our foundation being shaken up a little bit while we're sort of transitioning through this time. So yeah, I hope this resonated. I love you all very much, and thank you for joining. And I just will pop on a little reminder as well. So for bookings, please use my ticketer code on the bottom. Use Beyond Mystic written in all caps, and this will enable you to get 10% off booking a session with me. I would love to read for you guys. It is my favorite thing. And looking into questions as well. And also, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to our favorite YouTube channel, Beyond Mystic. And here you can see so many different shows and things coming up here and on Rumble. Anyway, let me know how your week is going. I will have a look at the comments below. Bye. I'll see you next week.